The Brown Park Podcast is brought to you by Grow Clinics. They're Australia's leading hair transplant clinics, and you can go to growclinics.com.au. Hello.
G'day, mates. What is news today?
Today we have a very funny guest on the show. He's an internet guy that I'm a big fan of. His name's Deric Cahill, and he's most kind of known for his internet bits called Fuck This House.
Which will resonate with you a little bit because you say fuck my house a lot.
Absolutely. You're in for a bit of a laugh today.
The Brown Park Podcast.
Question.
Uh-oh. Yep.
Okay, so going into this episode,
Yep.
part of what he does is a series called Fuck This House, as you mentioned.
Yep. Deric Cahill, yep.
What's the biggest part of your house that you say fuck you to? Because I think I know what it might be, but out of all the things in your house...
Okay. There's a couple of things that spring to mind straight away. One, fuck my pool. Hate my pool. And we live in a very, very tree-laden area, and my pool is constantly a source of fucking annoyance to me.
Because your pool gets full with sticks, leaves,
berries, bird shit. We have ducks swimming in it. It's
a pond. It's a pond, not a pool.
It's annoying as hell. The other thing that I have is we live in a sort of gully, right? And so we get a lot of water runoff from the other houses around us. And my driveway always is covered in a level of slime that I must karcher my driveway about 52 times a year.
That sounds like shit.
It's fucking annoying. And we've put in drainage to try to get the water to disperse, but there's always that level of slime. And it's always on my wife's side of the garage where she parks her car. So it's a danger to her more than it is to me. So basically, the slime on the garage is a marriage breaker. If I didn't do it,
it'd break her.
It would break her, literally. Deric Cahill, hello.
Yeah, mates.
Hello.
You're still getting used to the Aussie accent, aren't you?
Well, I try to master it, but every time I try to do it, I just feel like a fucking asshole.
It's all right. It's like Australians trying to do the American accent. We go overboard.
Oh no. That's what I love doing. Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, we definitely have that twang, don't we? It's like over here we call it, the more Australian you get, the more bogan you get is what they call it over here.
Bogan.
Yeah.
All right.
You're bogan, you're talking like this, mate. You're calling everyone a cunt.
Oh God!
Oh wow! I belong in Australia.
We went there already. That was good.
We did. I took it there. I mean, Americans expect it from us, Christo. So I'm just obliging the guest.
What do you, like? You're a comedian. What do you know about Australia? Have you ever been here?
I know that you guys, like, the only reason you exist is because everyone sent their degenerates to Australia.
Yes.
Yep.
Originally.
Period.
Yeah. Period.
And you have that pretty building on the bay with all the little...
We've got the Opera House. Yeah,
the Opera House.
Opera House and the Harbour Bridge.
And you got big-ass fucking spiders and kangaroos.
We do. And snakes. Yeah.
And fucking dingoes that eat babies. That's pretty much that's the end of it.
That's what most Americans know. Like, we've been asked a couple of times by our American guests on the show, do you see kangaroos often? And it's like...
Yeah, that's probably in, like, the brush, right?
Well, no, I mean, I see them. I'm in quite a suburban area, and I see them jumping down our street occasionally. It's not something that you'd see every day, but you certainly see them from time to time.
What animal would you like? Have you guys ever been to the U.S.?
Yeah, a few times.
Oh, yeah. What animal is the U.S.'s version of the kangaroo in terms of sightings?
We thought maybe the deer.
Deer? No, that's good. That was a really quick answer and a really good answer. Yeah, because I like never see deer, but they are here.
Like, where are you?
Texas.
Okay. So what wild animals would you see wandering around apart from people with guns?
Rednecks with guns.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Bigger people with guns. Yeah, nothing really, dude. I mean, we get some, like, lizards and shit, but, I mean, nothing exotic, really.
See, because if I think about Texas, I think, guns, but that's every state of America. And I think, like, not a echidna. What are they? Armadillos.
We get armadillos, yeah, the little armor babies. They're like marsupial roly-polies. Yeah, you're right, good. I heard they smell like absolute dog shit. Yeah, I heard they are not pleasant to smell. I don't know who's smelling them, but Don't.
I want to go back and ask you about your life. You've become like a viral sensation for a couple of reasons. One, fuck this house.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Which is very entertaining to watch. And that's I think you sum up how we all feel about being homeowners and having to try and work out what to do next on the house. And I think there's not many people that don't sympathise with you when you're sitting there going, "Hi, I'm Deric. Welcome to another episode of Fuck This House."
Oh, welcome to another riveting episode of Fuck This House, dude.
How bad is your house?
It's not terrible. It just, every fucking houseman, like, there's always something to do. And every time I think I'm done, I just find something else.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought I was done recently. Like, I was like, oh, fuck, I don't have any more projects to do. And for the longest time, dude, we have this back door. And there's a wall of it that is exterior. So we had trim at the bottom that looked like it was flaking for a long, like, fucking years, dude. I was like, oh, fuck it, I don't care. But I go back one day and I was like, you know what, dude? I don't have shit to do. I guess I'll just do this. I'll just open this wall up. I ended up fucking literally tearing out the entire wall. Like, I could see inside from outside. And there's just always something, dude. There's always something and it's never as easy as you think it's going to be.
No, that's the thing, right? You peel it back and you go, okay, this will be easy, I'll fix it. And then all of a sudden you're like tearing down an entire wall.
Yeah, and then you're fucking balls deep, dude. Like, I can't walk away from being able to see inside my house from outside and be like, I'm done.
Yeah. See, that's why ignorance is bliss. My wife's asked me to do so many things around the house. I'm like, yeah, I'll get to it. Because I know if I open that rabbit hole, it'll end up in a shit fight. It's going to look worse than it did before. So I'm better off just leave it.
100%.
Leave it a little bit of a shit fight, and rather than make a big mess of it all.
The way I look at everything I do at my house is it works for us, and when we go to sell it, that's when I'll pay someone to just come in and do the brush ups.
Exactly.
Great idea. See, I'm of the belief now that I can't be bothered, so I will pay somebody to come and do it because
I did just pay someone to come and put a fan in for me.
Smart move.
Yeah, it's like a 20-foot ceiling, and I didn't have a ladder big enough for it, so I paid someone to come out and do that one for me, and it felt great. I felt like a little woman, though. I felt like a house husband.
So what's your story? Where did you come from? How did you get to the point of becoming? Because you're a comedian. You've been a children's author. You worked in marketing. You've owned a chocolate company. Like, there's not a lot that you haven't done.
What you're seeing is a man's quest to find purpose in life.
Playing out in front of us all.
Yeah, please. What am I good at?
So what did you want to be as a kid?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if I still fucking know, dude. Yeah. My earliest memory is I wanted to be a cop, but that's every fucking kid.
Yeah.
Cop, firefighter. No, dude, I grew up in Boston. I remember I enjoyed performing. Like, I did theater in high school. I remember seeing Robin Williams stand-up comedy when I was like 10. And just being like enthralled by it for some reason. I remember showing my dad, like, I was fucking 10 and I'm showing my dad Robin Williams stand-up comedy. So, I mean, I think I had the seed in me for entertainment early, but I never, even until like my early 20s, dude, I didn't really know what a career was and what you were supposed to do as a grown-up. So I just did a bunch of different shit, man. Like, I started businesses and side hustles, and I'd get odd jobs and sales and whatnot. I did door-to-door sales for a while. But I started doing comedy when I was 20. So I'm 36 now. So about 16 years ago, I started doing open mic comedy. And, for several years was just grinding, being fucking poor, doing stand-up, working in sales. And ended up getting a job in corporate America when I was 25. And for the first time, dude, was like making money, like big money. Became a VP of sales, and I quit everything that I like, writing, comedy, everything. I just stopped, and I was like, all right, bitch, it's time to be a grown-up. So for like 5 years, dude, I didn't tell jokes. Like, I wasn't, every now and then I'd go find a random open mic to just fuck around at, but like, it was very seldom. And it was crazy, dude, because like I was making a shit ton of money. And that's what I always thought the key to happiness was money. And here I was crushing it. and I was miserable as fuck.
Yeah.
Like I hated it. I hated who I was surrounded by. I hated my peers. I hated my managers. I was like, I don't want to be these fucking cunts. So I quit and started I started a chocolate company, and then a year later quit, but not because I was making enough money, because like I physically I'd rather like eat my own asshole than continue to work for that company. So quit that job, started doing just some odds and ends, dude. And I don't know, dude, just like started showing up more authentically as like fucking, I don't know, whoever the fuck I am now. I just started being that person on the internet, and people showed up and fucking liked it, dude. And
it's a big punt to walk away from a substantial amount of money in a career that's, you know, paying well, and then to just go, fuck it, I'm going to start a chocolate
Totally.
company.
And like, I mean, I'm in, I guess, what you would call a corporate sales role, and I struggle to, how do I put it, be authentic in my job even now, because I have all these, you know, inappropriate thoughts in my head, and like whenever I'm in a corporate meeting, my brain is going, I would have said this there, or I would have said that there, and it is really hard to be authentic in a corporate environment when you're surrounded by these people that are just highly career driven. For me, even I struggle with it.
yeah, dude. Well, at the end of the day, like for me, it was just like, y'all can go absolutely fuck yourselves, dude. Like I hated it. You know, because when I first joined as an individual contributor, I was still hungry for the dick. You know, like I wanted it. I wanted the money. I wanted the wiener of corporate America, you know, so I was willing to suck it. And
it blew in your mouth, and you took it for a little bit, you swallowed it.
Dude, you know, and I got to where I was the vice president of sales, and I just vividly remember, dude, I was looking around at like my managers, and I was like, oh my God, no one around me is who I want to be next. And that's one thing I've always been strange. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but when I feel wrong, I literally can't, like I cannot continue. It doesn't matter the money, the position I'm in, like I cannot stay doing this shit that doesn't feel right for me anymore. Yeah. So yeah, dude, fucking just walked.
So what job were you doing? It was marketing, but what kind of marketing were you doing?
It was sales. It was a big technology company. So it was an advisory company. Oh, yeah. So we would effectively partner with other companies that would use us to get insight on technology investments that they wanted to make. Really fucking boring. Big money, but really fucking boring.
So then you decided to open Wicked Bold.
Yeah.
Because I was following your story, and you used to make really good chocolate at home. Is that how?
Yeah, it's as of yesterday, it's completely shut down. It's closed now. We went out of business.
Do you feel like, I was going to get to that in a second, but how did you go, well, you know what, this has got something, let's do it?
Never. No, dude. I've never. It's wild. So sometimes people will reach out to me and ask me, you know, hey, Deric, do you have any advice for people that want to become influencers, that want to be an influencer? I've never planned a fucking thing in my life, dude. In terms of career or money making, it's always just been like, I just do what I feel like I want to do within reason, you know? So for chocolate, dude, I was moving from Florida to Texas. It's about a 13-hour drive. Had my family loaded up in my truck. We were driving, and my wife kind of nudged me, and she pretty much called me a pussy. She was like, you're a corporate pussy now. Like, you don't start businesses anymore. You're getting comfortable. And honestly, dude, it was like the nudge that I needed, because I was getting comfortable at that time. Yeah. Like, I was settling into the life of being a little cunt. Yeah. Of just like, I make the money and I come home and I hate my job and I hate my, you know. Yeah. So on that drive, we just were like, there was a time a couple years prior that we tried to make chocolate, because my wife loves chocolate and I just love starting businesses, and it didn't work. We were poor as fuck at the time. So this drive, we're sitting here making fucking hundreds of thousands in salary. And I was like, fuck it, dude, let's just start a chocolate company. So no training. I wasn't a food person. I didn't go to culinary school. Neither did my wife. We just started making chocolate in our kitchen. And since, the really cool thing about Wicked Bold specifically is it was like the final piece to the puzzle that, like, truly I can do whatever the fuck I want. And I think everybody can do. It's not special to Deric. it was that final piece of like, I've tried and started so many fucking things. I can do anything I want to do. That's the lesson that I've learned from Wicked Bold is like, we took a chocolate company with no experience and no meaningful capital invested into it. And 5 years later, we were in over 2,000 retail stores. We made over $1 million in revenue. Like, I could fucking do anything I want to do. It didn't work out, but it's an overall success. Like, it got me to where I am for sure.
Yeah.
Food is hard though, man. Like food is fucking hard.
Oh, it's such a bitch, dude. It's such a bitch.
I work for a company that manufactures chocolates, amongst other things, and it's a fucking tough game. Food.
Well, it's built for billionaires.
Yeah.
It's built for big business and small business to get in. You can get your wiener in the door a little bit, but you're either going to get absolutely smashed or purchased. Like, that's the only options for small business. There's no more Hershey's going on, or there's no more of the fucking like the Men Who Built America. I don't know if you ever saw that series, or The Food That Built America. That shit's not happening anymore because you have this massive amount of control over the global food supply that there's just no room. It's so fucking expensive to get in the door.
It is.
But you managed to get just the tip in, though.
I got the fucking tip in, dude, for sure. But it never felt good.
Yeah.
Like it never felt good. It always felt like the tip was in me.
But like I was following the journey, like you said, you got into like 2,000 stores.
Yeah.
And it seemed like it was all heading in the right direction. Were you, and this is going back to your previous job, when it was going like this, were you happy with it, or were you kind of like, fuck, I don't really know? The gift that I got on that end was that helped me realize there are only some businesses that I want to start. Before I got to see the real workings of what it means to scale a business, it's easy to be like, oh, I love starting businesses. It's like, no, bitch, you don't. Like, you're good at starting businesses. You can say that. But it helped me realize I don't love starting all businesses. I love now I'm looking at like me as a business. I love this shit. Yeah. Like, I love doing comedy. I love doing these random little merch drops. I love making videos. Like, I am a business now for myself, and that's super cool. For chocolate, no, dude, when it started getting into the minutia, the fucking working with trucking companies and putting together bills of ladings and shit, dude, I was like, I honestly would. There's a lot of shit I'd rather do than this, and it made me realize that I fucking hated it. So in a way, you're kind of glad that it's like you said, it officially shut down yesterday. Is this like a weight that's lifted off your shoulders?
I don't know yet. It is I think time will tell how I feel about shutting it down, because we've been landing the plane for over a year. Like, the event that fucked us was well over a year ago, and I knew right then and there it was going to be nearly impossible to recover.
What was the event?
So you are probably aware of this, Dion. We had to use a co-manufacturer when we got picked up by Walmart. So we went out and found a co-manufacturer, and to spare you like the crazy details, they just fucked us over and went out of business. They stole money from us. It cost us a shitload of money to stay in business, to like relocate our operation, and it ended up not all things considered, it wasn't a ton of money, but for us, it was like 150 grand we lost in that whole debacle. And the only reason we even kept alive is because I was the only employee at Wicked Bold. Like, I didn't have staff I needed to pay. I didn't have a facility I needed to keep open. It was really just like, I was like the Wizard of Oz a little bit. So I took the year, and I had enough inventory that Walmart orders that we were in, I was still able to fill those orders, and Sprouts and this, but getting into those stores, it was just a waterfall of absolute fuckery, dude. Like, everything, it was just too much for me to handle on my own, but I didn't have money to hire anybody else. I didn't have investors to, take any of the burden off of me. So it was pretty much, dude, like, have you guys ever heard of that Alaska Airlines flight that crashed, and at one point they were flying upside down?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That was Wicked Bold for a very long time. Like, the plane was not ever going to make a safe landing, but I kept us alive for a little bit just to see what I could do. And there there were opportunities for us to probably stay in business. They just never materialized. They never. I had a couple of meetings with some investors that could have kept us afloat. But at the end of the day, dude, I'm a fucking idiot. I made a chocolate company. It was duct taped together, cool branding, crazy owner. It wasn't investable when we needed it to be investable. And, it crashed out.
I wouldn't say you're Alaska Airlines. I'd say you're more like Captain Sully.
No, everyone died. No one survived the crash.
But the thing is, nobody died. You landed the plane. You lost the plane. Like, obviously, that plane will never go again, but everybody inside the plane survived.
All right, I will come over to your side just to say, I live to fight another day. So I'm Sully in that aspect, but I'm not the hero. That's all I want.
This is the Brown Park Podcast. Now, a word from our sponsors.
We interrupt this podcast to say a huge thank you to our sponsors, Grow Clinics. Now, if you're tired of fighting the losing battle of hair loss, Grow Clinics offers advanced, results-driven hair transplant solutions with proven effectiveness. Their minimally invasive procedures utilize the latest techniques to transplant healthy hair follicles from donor areas to the thinning or balding areas. This means natural, permanent hair growth, not quick fixes or gimmicks. Now, what can you expect, I hear you ask? Well, their experienced surgeons boast a 95% success rate in hair transplant procedures, ensuring visible, long-lasting results. Most procedures are completed in a single day with minimal discomfort, and it's a super quick recovery time. They meticulously plan and execute transplants to achieve a natural hairline and hair density that blends seamlessly with your existing hair. And every patient receives a tailor-made treatment plan based on their unique needs and goals. So take control of your hair loss today. Visit their website at growclinics.com.au to book a free consultation and tell them Brown Park sent ya.
This is the Brown Park Podcast with Christo and Dion. Now back to the show.
Because that's what people don't realise. Everyone sees these businesses and goes, I want to be in Walmart, I want to be in, Target and all these type of things. But to get in with those guys, it's a fucking pain in the ass. It costs you a fuck ton of money.
Oh, dude, what I learned is that everybody else gets paid before you get
paid.
Because no one's gonna negotiate how much they get paid.
No, that's
your distributor wants their percentage, period. Your trucking company wants their percentage, period. Your packaging company, they're gonna get paid. The people that make your chocolate, they're gonna get paid. The people that ship your chocolate, they're gonna get paid. And then when all of that is paid, then you can see how much the business can keep it. That's always negotiable. None. Usually it's negative money at the beginning.
Yeah.
And that's what it was for us, dude. It used to be a dream of mine to run $1 million company. I was like, I fucking want $1 million. Fuck you. I'd rather fucking jump off a goddamn building than ever do that again. That sucked.
What I love what you say now, like treating yourself as a business, that's way more fun too. Like, I mean, you are a business and you are in control of what you do and how you...
It also, I could have done this at Wicked Bold too, but this is the other challenge of starting a product-based business or whatever. It's like the value proposition. When you're starting a business and you're like a little bitch in the business, you naturally devalue what you're building. So like with Wicked Bold, I devalued what we were building by charging a little bit of money and almost begging to get into these stores versus me. It's like, no, suck my balls. If you're not going to pay me what I need to get paid, like we're just not going to work together. Dude, I had a fucking water bottle company, a bottle of water brand offered to pay me $15,000 to do a video for their bottle of water. And I told them to go fuck themselves. And I was like, oh my God, Deric.
How good is that?
Yeah.
Because it just didn't fit for me.
Yeah.
It's like, it was this I would have never drank the water myself anyways. And I was like, nah, dude, I'm not fucking with that.
So is this now betting on yourself? This is where all this is going to start to come into play because you've built this massive following online. I get still sent your stuff all the time going, hey, you got to check this guy out. You've got your own house. How funny is this?
Yeah, it's nuts, dude. I don't know what, I don't feel like I have anything crazy, which I don't know what that says about me, but like, it's so cool, man, that like people like, dude, when I went to the All American Rejects do you guys know the All American Rejects band? I went to their concert. Huge fans, dude. My wife and I, one of our first dates ever, we went to see them. It was like fucking 11 years ago. Went to see them. We've seen them a couple times since, but most recently, bought tickets, went to their show. Their audio, one of their audio dudes follows me on Instagram and got me backstage to meet the band.
Oh, wow.
And I met them, super cool dudes. I ended up opening for them, doing comedy in front of fucking a goddamn theater full of people, which was nuts.
That's awesome.
But I remember thinking like, oh, this is so fucking cool. And there are people that think that about me, which is blows my fucking mind. That like I go do a comedy show and there are people that are like, can I take a picture with you? It's like, dude, I'm fucking like just a dude, bro. Like, come take a picture with me. Like, let's go. Yeah. So I don't, like, it's cool. I still feel like I'm at the very beginning, which is, I think, a superpower of mine.
For sure.
Like, no matter how big I've gotten, I always feel like my foot is still on that peg to start the race. I never feel like I'm winning the race. And maybe that's toxic or not, but like, it keeps me going.
You still only feel like you're just getting a tip in, still.
Yeah, exactly. Just give me the tip, dude.
The most related, look, and I'll tell you, like, I got sent your stuff through a friend, and she said, this reminds me of you trying to fix your house because,
Oh, yeah, because Christo here has got, he's not super handy.
No. And so when I got sent it, it's the relatability factor because literally the amount of times I've sat here and said to my wife, fuck this house, what the fuck? And then you get sent a video of you going, hi, I'm Deric and welcome to another riveting edition of Fuck This House. I'm like, oh my God, I found my spirit animal. My spirit human. Yeah, right. Because you're basically tackling things the way that I would because I have zero knowledge of anything. And I think it's the relatability factor thrown in with the humor of not being able to, you're not shy about doing a little bum dance in front of the camera or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's the relatability and the humor that I think is captured.
Dude, I show up. One of the cool things that I've been told a bunch of times, which is good. I don't know if the reminder's a good word, but like I just am me. Like I never have to feel like I put a mask on anywhere I go. Like if I go do comedy, I'm just Deric on stage. And when I'm on TikTok, I'm just making a video for me. And it makes it feel like not work at all, which is why this feels so like weirdly cool.
Yeah.
Is that I just get to show up and talk shit and then like find success in that.
Yeah, and particularly with parents as well, the relatability of sitting there going, my fucking kid just killed this motherfucker. Because you're saying what a lot of parents want to say, but are almost too embarrassed to say.
Well, yeah, because everyone gives a fuck about what people think of them. Like, oh, are they going to think I'm this or that? And, dude, a lot of that, like Dion, is... I had to shed a lot of that from corporate America because for a long period of my life, I would like mask who I needed to be with where I was. Like when I went to work, like I was corporate Deric, and it was all just a facade to get people to like me, and make myself feel like I belonged there. And it wasn't like it just stopped one day. I just like years ago just decided like, dude, fuck this, man. And just like started like kind of like disrobing and taking it all off. And I'm not done. I of course still kind of get those moods where I'm like, oh, what am I doing with this? But it's like, it's gotten better and better of just like not giving a fuck, dude. Like if you don't like me, that's so cool. It's going to hurt my feelings, but also like, fuck you, man. I don't care.
So you've got, 800,000 followers on Insta?
Yeah.
Yeah, TikTok. What do you got there?
Wow, 1.4 million.
And it may be a dumb question. Is there good money or is there money in it when you get to that level within social media? Because I've got friends that are school teachers and they say, if you ask 100 kids what do they want to do with their life, 90 out of the 100 will say that they want to be a content creator.
Dude, I think that's actually the fucking worst thing that's coming to our future. Is because there is no what you're gonna do is get a bunch of fucking idiot kids that do like hidden camera prank shows. Like that's gonna be the content of these teens. Dude, there's grown ass fucking people that want to be content creators for the internet, and it's just not a career path. Like not to shit on what people want to go do, but like if you're doing it for the money, you're already doing it for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
That's what I say to anyone that will ask me is like, dude, if you're doing this to make it a job, you're already not going to be successful because all it's going to take is 3 weeks of no views and you're going to be discouraged and leave.
Yeah.
You know, and I have to break, dude, I don't make like retirement money on social media, but there are months that I can count on like a few grand from social media views, which is nothing to shake a fucking stick at, dude. That's higher than fucking minimum wage full-time work in America, and I get it as side hustle income.
Yeah.
But the point is like, it's not a job. There's no, if you do it for a year, you get this much. In 2 years, like there's no, there's no promotions. There's no W-2. There's no 401k. You just got to be fucking so delusional that you can't live without it, and that's what I think social media is expression, an outlet to express yourself. And there's a healthy amount of luck that goes into it as well. Like, can your videos pop off and get you on the algorithm, blah blah blah. But dude, a bunch of fucking kids are gonna end up homeless if they think that fucking content creation is a full-time job, because I mean there's only so much attention to go around. There's not a fucking infinite amount of eyeballs, to make it a career path.
But I guess for you, it's kind of like a launching pad for for being a comedian and getting up on stage and selling tours and going, because you're now touring quite substantially, aren't you?
Yeah, it's why I don't do ads. I think some creators, they'll, I don't consider myself an influencer. Not to throw shade at people that do. I think it's the fucking lamest shit in the fucking world. I'm a fucking social media influencer, like, oh, bitch, so, like, you have no skills? Like, what are you talking about? So, but that's the social media dilemma right now, is there are these people that can rack up millions and millions of followers, but, like, what's their transferable skill to be a moneymaker? And that's why you see some people turning to ads, which I think is the fucking, is the devil's work for social media, because think about all the platforms you use to right now, like watch TV, you pay to not be advertised to.
Yes.
If you go on YouTube, you can't wait to skip the fucking ad to just get the video you want to watch. And I think creators that are on social media that don't have that like sellable skill, that's how they're making their money. But I think it's going to be flash in the pan income, because at a certain point, you don't want to be fucking advertised to. So I'm fortunate that I'm a comic, and I was able, which is hilarious because I didn't even put this together myself. A comedy club hit me up to start this whole tour. But yeah, dude, it turned into a national tour. I think at the end of this year, I'll have done like 80 shows, made a very livable income on it, and felt the whole time like I'm delivering a service. The post that I do about my comedy show doesn't feel like I'm selling out. It doesn't feel like I'm being a bitch. It's like, oh, dude, like, do you want to come see me live, do jokes? And fuck it, I'm selling out shows around the country. It's crazy.
This is the Brown Park Podcast.
Real fellas.
Big thanks to Grow Clinics for continuing to support the Brown Park Podcast. And has your confidence dimmed alongside your thinning hair? Do you find yourself avoiding mirrors, hiding beneath hats, longing for the days your hair danced in the wind? Well, you're not alone. Hair loss can take a toll, but it doesn't have to steal your joy. With Grow Clinics, you can rewrite your story. They offer a path to rediscover your vibrant self, a journey towards a thicker, healthier head of hair, and their innovative techniques delivered by compassionate experts can transform not just your appearance, but your perspective. At Grow Clinics, they understand the emotional weight of hair loss. They believe in empowering you with personalised solutions, honest advice, and unwavering support. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in rediscovering your confidence strand by strand. So don't let hair loss dim your inner glow. Take the first step towards a fuller, happier you. Contact Grow Clinics today for a free consultation and learn how they can help you rewrite your narrative at growclinics.com.au.
This is the Brown Park Podcast.
But it's absolutely necessary.
Look, one other question I want to ask you, and this is, we can cut this if you want, because the state of America at the moment is very funny, and you are in the heartland of Texas.
Oh, it's so funny.
And I'm very curious to see what the vibe is like in Texas leading up to what you got 1 month left.
Oh, dude, I have no idea, man. Like, I think probably from the outside of the U.S., you probably look at Texas as like there's fucking dudes walking around with spurs on their boots.
There's not.
No, You know, man, Dallas, Fort Worth, dude, you get like the crazy Republicans like out in the sticks of Texas, you know, like the landowners and shit. I do live in a pretty Republican-leaning town, but, you know, dude, I see it just as you guys do, just on the internet. It's not really state-based, it's the Dude, I have a fucking uncle that he's like 70 years old. All he does is talk shit about Democrats on the internet. Like, it's like, this is weird that's like your brand is like just disparaging politics on the internet. I think it's nuts, man. I'm pretty firmly like center in a lot of things. I hate both sides equally. I talk about this a little bit on stage too, just about because I poke fun at politics at either side. So then I introduce like I'm very centrist in kind of the way of thinking. But no, dude, it's fucking nuts, dude. I feel like America is not long for the books with the way that we behave here.
It is like watching an episode of The Simpsons. That's why.
Oh, dude, it's fucking insane, man. And the shit that we prioritize and talk about is just so fucking dumb. I was talking to my buddy this morning. I'm pretty sure that we, as America, are just the WWF of countries. Like, very performative. You know, we have our characters that fight. Like, we are just entertainment, I think, at this point. It doesn't even feel real. Yeah, it's fucking nuts, dude.
See, I mean, our interests, Christo and mine interests are completely opposite, because I could think of nothing fucking worse than sitting there watching that shit.
It's funny, dude. I mean, it's almost like you have to laugh at it. You know, it's like if you don't laugh at it, just you're doomed.
Well, look, I want to say thank you very much for giving us, 40 minutes of your time. I know you've been very busy with rounding out your Wicked Bold, and you've got a tour, and you've probably got a house to fix, and mates' houses as well. I've seen that you've...
I went and did one. I'm working on a TV show that wouldn't be me hands-on. We're pitching a variation and inspired by Fuck This House to some networks in the next couple weeks.
Oh, man. I hope somebody picks it up that allows you to swear.
Oh, yeah. I mean... Yeah, I think we're looking more at like Netflix, Amazon for a landing spot for this. But
just before you go, I saw one you put up recently that Christo has to resonate with. He's got one thing in his house that is a real pain in the ass for him and his wife, and that's the pool.
Oh my God!
This is his arch nemesis. He lives in. Christo's got this nice pool, but it's surrounded by trees and like. It's almost caused a divorce within their house. How do you go with your pool between both of you?
I would, dude, it's green as fuck right now. It's like a swamp.
Yeah, I call mine the swamp.
Yeah, no, it's the fucking worst thing that's ever happened to me, dude. Because it works for, you know, it's good for like 2 months out of the year. I'll keep it up, and then it just gets to this point where it's like, if you don't look at it for 2 days, it like gets emotional. It's like, oh, so I'm just a bitch now, huh? You just don't even love me, and we'll turn green. And dude, especially like I'll go on tour for a few days and I don't sweep it, and it's just green. And when it gets green, then it's like out of mind. It's like, all right, well, fuck you then. If you're gonna be green, it's not a priority for me anymore. I'll get you if you're a little green. I'll throw some chlorine and sweep you and keep you blue. But if you go full green, you can literally go fuck yourself for probably 3 months before I even try to fix you. Because it takes so much, dude. I gotta like spray out my filters and. Oh my God, dude! No,
I hate it.
I will get it cleaned up before it gets cold here, because last year my wife and I cold plunged in it.
Oh, nice!
Because the pool it gets a little chilly here in Texas over the winter. Like it will get into like the 30s and stuff in like January, February. So the pool will get to 40 degrees and it gets fucking cold, dude. And we'll go use it as a cold plunge tank.
I did that with mine the other day, funnily enough, because I mean, we're coming out of winter now, and I actually used my pool for the first time as a cold plunge, and it was fucking great.
Does it get cold in Australia?
Well, I mean, I don't know how to put it into Fahrenheit, but we might get down to here where we are on the Gold Coast, maybe like, I don't know, 8 degrees in winter.
8, yeah, 0 is freezing.
Yeah.
Okay, so 40 degrees Fahrenheit is 4 degrees Celsius.
Okay, so double that.
Oh, so you're a pussy.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, it gets real chilly here, dude. Like low 60s Fahrenheit.
Deric Cahill, you absolute legend. I'm very glad that you said yes to doing this, and it was nice to meet you, man. Thank you for coming on the show.
Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for having me, guys.
And good luck with whatever's next.
Yeah, dude. Australia.
Yes.
Let's fucking go.
The Brown Podcast.
Why you happy?
It's cool. I'm